What we eat reflects where we come from, what we value, and how we connect. Food is culture served on a plate. But what if food could also be our compass, guiding us through cultures, healing us from the inside out, and connecting millions around the world through the universal language of flavor? Welcome to the Turkish Airlines series podcast. I'm BJ Cunningham. Today's guest, My Nguyen,
Nailed it.
thank you, has done just that. From her Vietnamese American kitchen to the screens of millions, she has redefined what it means to eat well without giving up the dishes that we love. She's a chef, an author, and Forbes top 50 creator. Mai is known for honoring tradition with a healthy twist, always keeping the soul of each dish intact. In 2023, she joined Turkish Airlines for a culinary journey that went far beyond the plate, exploring Turkish cuisine alongside master chefs and experiencing firsthand how flavor and hospitality become a cultural signature at 35,000 feet. In this episode, we'll trace Mai's journey from family recipes to global influence. We'll talk about the art of nourishing storytelling and what it takes to create content that feeds both the body and the algorithm, and why food, when done right, might just be the most powerful passport of all. Let's begin. Mai, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks
And
for
to
having me.
start, what I'd love is for you to take us back to your roots and take us into your journey. Imagine that we're about to board an aircraft. The aircraft's called Mai, and tell us about the whole platform.
Do you want to hear the platform? You want to hear the day I was born?
Everything. I want to hear about your journey, how you came into food.
So my backstory is I am an immigrant and a refugee. So I was born in Vietnam, and my dad was in the war. And when the war was over, we lost, of course, and it wasn't safe for us to be in Vietnam anymore. So 1 year old, me, my older brother, and my parents escaped in the middle of the night. But that was kind of like my upbringing. And this is where food comes in, because we were so poor, we never dined out. We cooked everything at home. Right? Going to McDonald's was like a treat. So my breakfast, lunch, and dinner was always cooked at home. Home cooked meals is where how I kind of like appreciated food. But I didn't appreciate it until I moved out to go to college, because I'm like, oh my gosh, no one's cooking for me. So I had to cook for myself. So I started watching, like, I don't know if you have the Food Network, but in the U.S. we have the Food Network as a cooking
No, I haven't
channel.
seen that. No, okay.
So the Food Network is like a cooking channel. Before the internet, before social media, where we had to learn how to cook, we would go either on a website or the Food Network, and we would watch TV shows to learn how to cook. And so I would learn like simple dishes to make for myself while I was in college. And I met my husband in college, so I had to cook for him too, apparently. I think that was a sign.
That's always a sign.
Right?
Yeah.
So I just learned really basic food just to make for myself, because I was so used to eating at home. Because when you go to college, we're eating so much fast food and junk food, and I gained so much weight. So I'm like, no, I need to learn how to cook food for myself. And that's where comes the healthy part of my healthy dish. Is I started taking nutrition classes and taking nutrition really seriously. So I took food and nutrition and combined it together to make healthy food taste good.
Well, that just makes perfect sense. Healthy food taste. Also, it sounds like simple is in there.
Very simple, because I don't have a culinary background. I didn't go to culinary school. So as I started cooking more and more, I learned, I got better and better throughout the years. But I didn't get really good until I had my girls. I'm like, oh my gosh, now I really need to feed people. So I had my twin daughters. They're 16 now.
Wonderful.
But I had to learn
Girls
how to
are
cook.
the best.
And so in comes the Vietnamese food, the Asian side of my cooking, because before learning on the Food Network, it was a lot of American dishes. And I wanted my daughters to know my culture. So I had to learn Vietnamese food. so they could learn our culture. So I would come to my parents a lot to like learn like the simple Vietnamese dishes first. And now with the internet and so TikTok and YouTube, I started teaching myself Vietnamese food. And then I started sharing it with my audience.
And I'm hearing as well in that speed, time.
Time.
This sounds like something that's an important part of your, if you like, recipe. The simplicity and less time, good food, fast.
Yes. Well, time is a commodity when you are an entrepreneur, a business owner, and a mom, and a dog mom.
You have a dog?
I have a dog too. I always bring him up. I should not, because every interview I bring
love
my little
dogs.
baby.
I'm interested in the speed,
Yeah.
the recipe, that also the connection to global culture
Yeah.
that you found through that, because it was through your food that you were able to bring your kids into your culture, the Vietnamese roots that you have.
Yeah. We were living with my parents for a while when I first had the girls. So they were used to my parents cooking, like Vietnamese food. So when we moved out, they're like, we want Ba's noodles, we want Ba's rice. And I'm like, oh, let me call Ba, let me call Ba, let me come over and help me make this dish. So I wanted my daughters to know these dishes too, but I also wanted to know it. And I think the reason why I bulked at learning Vietnamese cooking it's just the rebellious side of me, because living in the U.S. is like living in two worlds. At home, I'm like this Vietnamese culture home, very traditional. And I steps outside of my house, I'm like in college. I'm I'm a girl boss, and my parents always like insisted that I learn how to cook because I was a woman, and because I needed to wash the dishes because I was a woman, and I needed to find a good husband and take care of him. So everything they said, I was like, no, I'm not going to learn how to cook. I'm not going to wash the dishes. So I refused to learn how to cook when I was living at home. That's why I had to learn when I was in college, when I moved out.
Perfect. Tell us about what's your earliest memory of the kitchen, of food?
Earliest memory of food.
When it first connected with you, is there a moment in the kitchen you saw your mother working?
I'm glad that you said mother working.
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
Because that's automatically we think women are in the kitchen.
That's right.
And men are waiting.
That's right.
That was my connection. That's why I was so rebellious as just a feminist.
Yeah.
I was like,
You're right.
why is mom in the kitchen and dad's in the living room, right? But no, my mom, when she cooks with so much love. So back then, I didn't appreciate it and I didn't see it, because like she's cooking for my dad because my dad loves this dish. I'm making this for my kids because they love it. So like she takes so much time and care and thought into what we love, and like through her food. Back then I didn't appreciate it until I moved out, and then I'm like, I miss my mom's cooking.
Is that the secret ingredient in everything?
Love,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Isn't it?
Well, in food, there's no love. There's just a disconnect,
Yeah.
right?
It's
So-
more than something to eat when it's filled with love. When it's filled with love, it's a true Valentine card.
Yeah. So when I plan my menu, it's like I don't even make it for me. Like I could eat a sandwich and I'd be okay. So, but even before I left on this trip, I was like, my daughter's like, you're leaving for a week? I'm like, yeah. So I made all their favorites. It's like guilt mom, like, mom guilt. Like I made like chicken pho for them, and then I make chicken
What is
congee.
chicken pho?
It's on the cover of my cookbook.
Okay, tell me about that.
It's called Healthy My Way. So Healthy My Way is 100 recipes of healthy food that I eat, right? For what I feed in my family, what I eat to nourish my
Tell me,
body.
how many cookbooks have you got? Is this the one?
I call it the one and I ignore the first one.
Okay, why?
We just pretend it doesn't exist.
Why is that?
As an entrepreneur, I started on social media 14 years ago. And I started My Healthy Dish 14 years ago. And Instagram was just starting. The word influencer didn't exist. Okay, so I was figuring it out just like everyone else. So automatically I thought, okay, I am doing these photos and recipes online. I need a cookbook. I thought that was just the next thing. So I wasn't ready for one. I did one anyways. And when you force something that you're not ready for, it doesn't work out. And I forced it. And the recipes were terrible. The sales were terrible, and I don't even mention it. Like when people ask me where my cookbook, I don't even mention it. You know.
But it was the foundation for the cookbook that now is your cookbook.
So I've learned so much. Like if I didn't have that experience, that awful learning experience, then Healthy My Way wouldn't have been born. And now I'm so proud of it, and it's like an amazing recipe, it's an amazing cookbook. But the experience too, from failing, no one buying it, and no one, the publishers denying me, the doors closing, to pitching it the second time, and it was like a dating app, like speed dating on Zoom. Every single publisher wanted me. Everyone wanted calls. We were having a bidding war with the cookbook. It felt so like affirmation, like rewarding, because I didn't have that 10 years ago when that first book came out. So it just the road led to this cookbook.
And the secret in that cookbook, so there's love, there's time, there's simplicity, and this fusion of Asian culture with American life and speed.
Yeah.
Is that right?
I call it California Asian.
California Asian.
California Asian inspired.
Personal turning point that led you to focus on wellness?
There's so many, as women, we're just so focused on aesthetics, right? Like we don't think about internal. We always think about external, about how being a size 2, or, doesn't matter how we get to that size 2. So we mix up diet with health, and diet is not being healthy. Some diets are actually very, very unhealthy. And I just wanted to educate people on what really healthy was, because in my teens...
What is really healthy?
What is?
Yeah.
Well...
Educate me. Because
you.
I am a peasant. When it comes to food, I will eat whatever is put in front of me.
Yeah. I think healthy is different for everyone. Right?
Okay.
But there is a universal truth in healthy, which is real food. Because
what is real food?
What is real food? Not in a package, not a bunch of ingredients.
Oh, you mean actual food?
Like real? Oh, I know. Right? Like my pet peeve is like protein bars.
Okay.
Like, because
they're masquerading as if they're good for you.
Yeah, we want protein. Protein's the new fad right now. Protein in your diet. We need protein. Imagine just eating a piece of chicken or some eggs instead of carrying around this protein bar full of sugar and carbs and 20 grams of protein from whatever 30 ingredients that's thrown in there. It's all processed.
Now what I want to talk about is the cultural bridge from kitchen to the Turkish skies, to the skies of Turkish Airlines. So in 2003, you joined Turkish Airlines and DOCO for the Turkish Cuisine and Culture event. What was that experience like for you? Tell us about the event, and tell us about stepping into Turkish culinary tradition.
It was very interesting for me because I don't travel international. And so working with Turkish Airlines and going to, first just stepping on a plane and flying to Turkey was so intimidating. I'm a pro at it now, by the way. But before, I was like, you want me to fly 13 hours to another country? I was very intimidated. But once I stepped off the plane, everyone is so friendly.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Right. I just felt like so welcome in Turkey. It's one of the safest times I feel when I travel too. Like I could step outside and go for a walk, and I just feel so comfortable. But that event itself, it was stunning. It was it like by the water in this like old building from I remember, but it was stunning. And
on the Bosphorus. Was it in Istanbul?
It was in Istanbul, but I don't remember if it was on the Bosphorus. I'm sorry,
That's
I'm
likely
45. It's been 2 years. I don't have a great memory anymore.
Okay.
But I do remember that we walked in and there was this big display that the table was like, I wouldn't say a mile long, but it was long, and it was just of all the new menu items that was coming to Turkish Airlines, and I just thought like this. You serve this on a plane? You serve this on a plane? Because this looks like something I would have for dinner, like at a restaurant. And because I've never flown international, never flown business class, so I've always expected the hot sandwich, and the cup of juice or whatever. So It was actually just for me a culture shock because I haven't experienced something so luxurious.
That's the right word. It's
Luxurious.
luxurious.
Yeah.
I mean, it's beautiful. And the way it's delivered as well,
Yeah.
the smile, the hosting, the hospitality.
The flight attendants, their clothing.
Oh, they're lovely. Yeah.
It looked like they were walking on a runway. They were so stunning.
I feel completely looked after. You're right. Complete safety
Yeah.
is the story.
Yeah.
So you're at that table. There's a mile long of food. Tell us about your first taste of Turkish cuisine.
I can't remember the first taste, but I do remember the most memorable one.
Go on.
Was Monty, and we actually got to make it.
Is that the pasta one?
It's the little
It looks
dumplings.
like ravioli.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
tiny little dumplings. Because I thought dumplings was an Asian thing, right? So I was like, wow, we're actually like making dumplings, and the story behind it, like it's like a gathering where everyone sits around and makes these little pockets of dumplings. It is time
Oh,
consuming.
you were involved in the making.
We did a class actually.
That's great.
Yeah, and I'm a pro at dumplings, and I was rolling up, but they're so tiny. So imagine making tiny
Micro-dumplings.
micro dumplings. But I felt almost at home because this is what we do. Like we sit around, we roll egg rolls or we roll wontons, and whatever. This is a family kind of event where you make a bunch of dumplings and we eat it together. It can't be an everyday thing. These are something that you have to, like, it's a special
You
occasion.
touched on that word, family.
Yeah.
It really is a sense of family. That's what I love about Turkish cuisine, is that you can taste family when you taste that food. Do you find that?
It's amazing because it's something that I'm not familiar, but very familiar. It's like family style. There's platters of food that come out. It's family style. Asians do family style. We always have that lazy Susan table. Do you know?
Yeah, I know, the spinning one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's because we have family style. We have a big plate and we just, here you go, your turn. I want this. So I came here and there's like platters of kebabs. I've never had so much yogurt and cheeses because I'm lactose intolerant, but here I could eat it. So I'm just drinking.
You're involved.
Oh yeah, there's this drink, Iran.
Oh, Iran.
Iran.
Yeah, Iran. It's like a lassi.
It's like yogurt, water, and salt.
Yeah.
For when I first tried it, I was like, I don't know about this, but it's healthy. So I kept on drinking it, and the more you drink it, the more you like it.
Yeah.
And then now I always drink it because I don't know. It's just something that you just have to get used to because you don't know. But then once you drink it, it's like, oh, it's like salty, a little sour, and you're getting those probiotics. So I don't know, I crave it now.
Turkish Airlines has put a lot of effort into making its in-flight menu a reflection of culture, a real taste of Turkey, not just convenience. What impressed you most about that approach?
What the most impressive thing on the menu, and I think people can kind of look out and don't really notice it, is the bread.
Oh, God, you're right. And the choice of bread.
Is it the 10,000-year-old bread? The oldest bread.
Yeah.
The oldest bread.
Yeah. 12,000, I think.
12,000, yeah.
Yeah.
So my memory of the oldest bread is that I was on the first flight when it was first introduced with the president of the Turkish Airlines, from I remember. And just hearing the story about like how each culture does break bread. Like that's a universal thing, breaking bread. But this is like the oldest bread. This is the first bread, And so every time I fly, I see it. They bring it out in a pouch and they bring it in. And I just remember the story of the oldest bread. And everyone who doesn't know the story just kind of just thinks it's bread. But for me, I have like appreciation for it when I sit down and I know the story. This is the oldest bread. This is how they made the oldest bread back then. They took time to like learn how to make the oldest bread.
You're so right. I completely forgot about the oldest bread
Yeah.
thing. But one of the things is when you reach in and you take it, it really is extraordinary.
Yep. And we all break bread. We all break bread in the morning. Something, right? Each culture somehow has some kind of form of bread.
Yeah. Communion.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you launched the My Healthy Recipe app.
Yeah.
And how did that come to life? I mean, what was the thinking behind the launch of that app? We've touched on it. But why?
As an entrepreneur and a social media influencer. guru. I've been doing this for 14 years, so the word influencer didn't even exist when I started. I was like one of the first influencers, and I was one of the first influencers to do a sponsored post on social media.
What's a sponsored post?
When a brand pays you money to
Okay.
mention their
Okay.
product. But the app came about just because there's such an influx of creators. There's so many creators, and it's such an easy entry point is food, right? Anyone could start picking up the phone and starting to be a food creator. If you can't cook, then maybe you could do a food review. If you can't do a food review, maybe you could start learning how to cook and bring people on the journey. Food is such a very easy entry point.
It's universal.
Yes. So the competition for creators, especially in the food space, got very, very hard. And how do you stand out from the millions of new creators, especially during COVID, when that's where a lot of them kind of popped out. So I started thinking, I need to grow my audience even larger. So I started just pumping out a lot of content, but relatable and really, thinking about my audience. So quality over quantity. And there came the cookbook. I was like, okay, I need to stand out from all these other people, all these other creators. So I have a successful cookbook. So what's next? What was next was the app. And the app was launched actually just last week.
Hey, great. Congratulations.
Yeah, it's such an exciting time. And so that came out last week. But is this an evolution of being a creator? Because
So you mean have your own channel?
Everything, you should own something of yourself. People have websites that you don't really own your social media platforms. You're renting space on the social media platform. So this app is mine.
Well, in fact, you're growing their platform.
Yes.
Free of charge.
Right. And then I'm working for brands, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to wait for brands to come to me and pay me to mention them. I want to own my income and own my business. So it's just an evolution, especially with now. We always mention AI at every single of these interviews, but AI is actually the future. And I used AI to help me develop this app quickly because time is, again, a commodity. I have 300 so recipes. Some of them were done 14 years ago with the images were terrible. And we would take those old images and just reimagine them with AI, which I didn't have that capability before. So just gotta go with the times.
Actually, that's an important point. How do you balance, if you like, what it looks like with what it tastes like? Mm-hmm. And what comes first?
Well, we eat with our eyes.
Yeah,
right?
true.
Right, so every recipe, every video, if it doesn't look good on screen, I'm not gonna share it, right? And then after...
Even if it's delicious?
Even if it's delicious.
And super healthy?
It won't go.
So it's a checkbox. I mean, if that box isn't ticked, if it doesn't look great, it's not in there.
No, like I made this amazing meatloaf and it just came out looking like a foot. I don't know. I spent so much money on this meatloaf because I thought meat was cheap. It was not. Ground beef is more expensive now. So no, it has just to be great. So I had to redo it. Well, you have to redo it until it looks good. Recipes you could tweak. Like I'm making it. It might be too salty. I just could put in the caption to put this much salt. But if you see it and you don't like it, no one's going to make it.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then as a content creator, how do you stay authentic when the wellness trends keep changing and the algorithm keeps changing? And I mean, you're kind of chasing an algorithm as that's the game. But at the same time, you're also true to yourself.
Oh, yeah, the dreaded algorithm.
Yeah.
I like the word that all creators dislike. The algorithm's always going to change. And we can't chase the algorithm, but we know that good content will always outperform. So there's things that in my videos that I really want to focus on is education. What value am I giving you in this video? Is it solving a problem? Am I giving you something that you need? Am I relating to you on a personal level?
Do you know what I love about everything in this is you are keeping the customer in your mind the whole time.
Yes.
That seems to be a secret.
Because the customer is me.
Yeah.
The customer is me. I'm a mom. I'm a busy mom. Whether I'm working full time and have the kids, there's moms who have 4 kids or stay at home. That's a full-time job too. So I'm the customer. So what am I doing? There's things that I have to change or things I have to adjust to as my children grow, as my life changes, and the women who are watching me, what are they going through too? And they're going through the same thing as me. One of the things that I started changing is my kids don't eat school lunch. They come home ravenous. Like, they're just so caught up in hanging out with their friends during lunchtime. And, you know, school lunch in America is not the best anyways.
Yeah. It's not good anywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't look back with joy.
Exactly. So they come home around 3:30 ravenous. So what happens is they grab all the things, they snack on all the things. So come dinner, they nibble. And I'm not the only one who has this problem. It's a waste of my time to make you dinner. It's a waste of time to do all this. You eat all the snacks and don't eat dinner. So I started changing my content and doing a series of 5 o'clock dinner instead of 7 o'clock dinner. So the kids are just having dinner at 5 o'clock. They're not snacking. They come home, it's 4:30 or 5, they're eating dinner. And if they're still hungry, they could have their snack at 7.
So is timing an important part of cuisine as well?
It's just important they eat my food.
Okay. Well, there you go.
Yeah, mom made this dinner, you better eat it, right? So I know they'll eat at 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock because they're starving. So we just switched it around. And all the moms loved it. They're like, that you make so much sense. My kids are now eating dinner at 4 or 5 o'clock. And if they're still hungry, they could have a snack before bed instead of the opposite. It solves all the problems.
Do you feel a sense of responsibility as a voice in the wellness and food space? I mean, especially for young women and immigrant families?
Yeah, it's something that I always have in the back of my mind when I'm as just an influencer, someone who has a voice on social media, who's watching. I have a lot of young kids who watch me, which is very surprising, especially on YouTube. When I did my cookbook signing, a lot of kids showed up with their moms.
When you say kids, what I'm imagining 10.
Like 5, 6, 7-year-old kids.
That really is kids.
I'll go to Disneyland and all the kids will come and want to take a picture. YouTube really likes my food recipes and they show it to kids YouTube. There's a kids channel. So there's a video that I have that has 200 million views.
Wow.
Right? And it's udon noodles. But my followers will send me videos of their kids watching this video over and over and over again. And they know the words. They know everything line by line. Because when little kids, they watch things that are on repeat, right? They'll watch the same movie over and over again. So on my channel, I know there's very young kids. So I have to be very careful of what I say and what I actually show. I don't cook with alcohol. I don't drink alcohol. I don't mention things that I don't. I'm just very self-aware of these young kids as my audience as well. But when I create my content, I'm still targeting moms. But I know I have kids who are growing up to learn to cook eventually. They'll learn how to cook too. I'm bringing them along.
So you're removing the barriers now for those kids. I mean, I was never. I'm not. Sort of blaming anyone else. But I never felt like I was welcome in the kitchen.
It's because your wife kicks you out?
Well, often, always. But also my mum made for me.
Yeah.
So there was never that sense of personal engagement in it. Now, do you remember a moment when someone first reacted emotionally to your cooking?
Yeah. I was at a event. Was it like a park or a carnival? I don't know. I was somewhere with my family, and this man came up to me with his wife, and he's like, "You've changed my life." I was like, I was pre-diabetic. I was 200 pounds overweight. I found you on Instagram, and me and my wife have been cooking your recipes, and I lost 200 pounds in a year and a half, and you've completely changed my life. That was mind-blowing because here I am very almost disassociated from the people watching. I'm just making recipes. I don't know who's cooking this. I don't know what you're doing in this part back then, but someone who taken my recipes to change their life, I just thought you were just cooking my recipes to eat healthier. I didn't know I was helping save someone's life, right? Reversing his diabetes and losing 200 pounds. And he was able, they weren't married at the time. He was able to have a wedding. I was able to wear my tuxedo. I mean, it was great. He showed me his pictures of the before and after. I think that's the most memorable moment.
Oh my, that's wonderful.
But I do love just the more simple, like knowing that there is a recipe that I created that you brought into your home that is now like on rotation as a weekly thing that you serve to your family. Like I made that and now it's in your home. Like you brought me into your home and now you're serving it to your family on a weekly rotation.
There are going to be people out there listening and they're going to be thinking, God, I'm inspired. You know, I'm amazed. How do I get involved with this? What advice would you give to a person wanting to become involved more in the kitchen, in cuisine, and in you and your way of your philosophy?
It depends what they want, right? But just to learn, just to start, that we have so much access to information. It's almost scary how much information we have, even with ChatGPT, if you want a recipe. But if you really want to be connected to the food, I would start with your favorite dish that your parents made you. And that's it. Like when you moved away from home, what is it that you miss when you're going home that you ask your mom to make you or your dad to make you, right? Or start with that. Or what did you grow up eating that you miss or what you want to learn to make for your children? Start there and then pick it up.
That's beautiful. Thank you. Thank you for giving me permission to get involved in the kitchen.
I'm excited to see what you make first.
You won't be. I mean, that's another thing. I feel like I almost certain I'm going to fail. But what I love is you've given me permission to fail.
Yes.
Which is great.
Well, every recipe is a trial and error, isn't it?
Yes, life is a trial and error.
I went to the Culinary Institute of America in Napa.
Yeah.
And we were doing a cooking class with one of the Michelin chefs there, right? And we were making brownies, but with chickpea flour. And for some reason, my brownie looked like dirt. And it pretty much mud. It just didn't come together. And the chef came up to me, and I spent so much time on this. And I'm like, I'm so disappointed. Like, what did I do wrong? He's like, you didn't do anything wrong. Do you know how I got all these stars? It's because I made so many mistakes. And then I learned from each one of them to adjust. But I can't get here until I do this. So you didn't do anything wrong. And it made me feel better.
Thank you. Thank you. So through her recipes, her app, her book, her online presence, she showed us that food is more than what's on our plates. It's how we connect, how we heal, how we remember where we come from, how we love. And just like Turkish Airlines, which transforms in-flight meals into culinary experiences, My shows us that nourishment can travel, not just across borders, but across hearts and generations. So next time you cook a familiar dish with a new twist or taste, something unexpected, something on a journey, thousands of feet in the air, remember this conversation, remember let flavor be your guide, let truth be your compass, let your culture be your platform, and let curiosity be your adventure. Thank you for joining us. Until next time, keep exploring, keep tasting, and always, always widen your world.